Hi everyone, I'm here, as you can tell by the title of the video, to do a craft room tour. So this is the first time I've done anything like this, and I thought I'd just do it as a special for the April video a day, and that I would get in and just show you, even though it is not very clean. This part is clean, my desk, but a lot of it's not entirely organized and whatnot. But we'll get into it and I will show you what I mean. Okay, so as I come into my room, we've got our bed. My desk sits over here, and obviously my chair sits at my desk. But you wouldn't be able to see it, my desk and all the clutter, if I had my chair where it goes. So coming closer, sorry I am on a little tripod and don't want to make you dizzy. But we have my Raskog sitting there next to a shelf. Down the bottom is Project Life cards and 6x6 papers, thickers, and then at the top I've got my stamps. So just coming closer, I have my stamps in just these two containers from a cheap shop, and I just have art journal-y kind of stamps here, and then just normal words and whatnot, pictures and stuff, stamps there. At the back I've got two containers of 12x12 stencils, and then I just have my stamp pad next to it. So that is the Raskog. Now I store my thickers on their side, and in fact I cut them on their sides too. So this one is brand new, but I cut them on, God, this is tricky. I cut them on this edge so I can slide them out. So they just sit in there. They were ordered in colour and, you know, words at the beginning, but not at the moment. These are two big boxes. Now these, well, that's just some random pieces, but these are the two big boxes of ephemera. So these come with the photo boxes in them. I think they fit like 6 or so. And so I use them out of there, and then instead I have put summer in that one, and the bottom one is some random just ephemera that needs to be sorted. So coming across, I have my big bookshelf. Actually, it's two shelves together because I thought I might have wanted them smaller to put stuff on top. And then I have a smaller cabinet on top as well, and some junk on top. So at the top there I've got some layouts on display, and then I have some Project Life cards and some stickers that I need to sort. They were on my desk. In this little drawer thing, I have all bits and pieces. So I've got my crepe paper in there. I have a ribbon, very messily in there, but these just slide out really easy and slide back in. And then up the top are doilies. So moving across, sorry, I'm moving, this is not so easy to, I know what everyone says now when they're doing the tour, it's not easy to keep it all together. So these are my journals, art journals, traveler's notebook, junk journals, and my trimmers, and this is a foam mat for sewing. Coming down, I've got these two shelves. They're from the kitchen pantry section of IKEA. And up the top here, I've got my primer, like gesso texture paste. These are the coloured texture paste that you get from Heidi Swap. I have this little tray, which is for makeup, sorted with my oil crayons, acrylic, watercolour crayons. A pencil case with gelatos in it, and then these are my smaller stencils. So this just slides out, and there's some new ones. This is a Katie Mix Media album, and in it is some are in pages and some are just loose. And now I've made a big mess. That wasn't very clever. So that sits to the side there. Here is those little sponge dabbers, things like that, pipettes, and some makeup sponges. I've got a palette and a jelly plate that I have not used. I have all my Distress Oxide inks in here, and all my other coloured inks in this one. Now this is just it's meant to hold cans in your pantry from Kmart. And then this one is a hanging rack, and I took off the hanger. I used to hang it on my Raskog, but it got in the way. So down here is so much pretty colour and so much that I reach for in my mixed media goodness. So I've obviously got a whole pile of Dilutions there, and then I've also got a nail polish stand that I just got off eBay full of all my spray mists that I have, you know, red, pink, orange, blue, green, purple, kind of in order because green and blue are around wrong. And then my acrylic inks are down here. Wipes, obviously, as if you needed me to tell you that. I've got one palette of Jane Davenport watercolors, and then these are my paints. I don't have many, but that's okay because what I've got works. Actually, I do have lots because I have that and then that. Just there is all the offcuts of foam and vellum and any envelope templates that I've made. So coming down to the bottom shelf, I've got this little organizer here, and you can slide it out. So on the top I've got roller stamps, and on the bottom I've got washi. Now that's just from Officeworks, and you can slide that out like that. You can slide this one or lift the lid up, which, because it's roller stamps, I do need to lift the lid up. Moving across here, I've got a bag of embossing stuff, so if I ever feel like embossing, I just pull that out. I've got a bunny jar with this, I was going to say vellum. That's not vellum, that's thread. I've got a pencil case with thread, a pencil case with my fuse tool, and then the little stitching mats that you sometimes get with kits. Coming down, here is all my texture. So up here I've got just a box from IKEA, just a wooden cardboard box, and it's got tulle and fabric, some of the vellum stuff. Down here I can slide out this magazine drawer, and it's got napkins. Along here I've got magazines, some books, some tissue paper, old books like a music book, things like that, a phone book. In here I also have these little storage ones. So they're just plastic document binder folder things, and they clip close, and they're good to sort them out. But I ended up with so much that I couldn't fit it in there anymore, and I really need to sort something else out. I actually thought I might buy an Alex drawer and just have it for texture, and that would be much nicer. Down there is some foam tape and one of those Dina Wakley bags for dilution paints. So now standing up, we can see my desk. I do just have my tablet sitting there. And on my desk I have my to-do list with a little geisha girl that I got from Japan and a notepad. I've got my tiny attacher scissors, some random pens, an acrylic block, my paint pens, paint brushes, and up there are all my black and gold and white pens that I normally use. A list of feedback that people had suggested of how to make better videos, my paper towel, and some washi that either I want to use or is good for like attaching sewing and things like that where you don't see it. Coming across here, I've got these shelves on this pegboard, and this pegboard is just from IKEA. Same with my desk, and it just attaches just here behind my paint bottle, my paint cup. It attaches like that, like a clamp on the bottom. So at the top here I've got my DIY embellishments and some random embellishments, empty container, and some spare photos. We've got some thread and twine, double-sided tape, and in here another little container from Japan, binder clips and some paper clips up the top. And then down the bottom I just sometimes keep little bits and pieces. I definitely keep my paint water there, which does need to be cleaned. Up the top here I have this hanging just using these binder clips, and it has my alphabet stamps in it. I don't have many, but that's okay because I don't use them that much. Coming across I have a second desk and a chair, and my chair is used as storage, as we can see. So I have my sewing machine, my typewriter, Cameo, selfie printer, and a traveler's notebook kit that I've made. So if you want to see how I made that, check out that video. Here are my really useful boxes that store my Kitaholic kits each month. And so you can see the top one there has of my layout on top. So I keep the layouts together with the kits until I do a killer kit video. If I need to use one of these boxes before I finish it, I do end up using the plastic sleeves to put them in there. But I really try not to do that because, as you can see, I just end up with just so many kits. So down here underneath this desk is some empty boxes that I use to make mini albums, or I use to store. So I store my page protectors in empty page protector boxes or empty shipping pizza boxes, and I just, as you can see, have written on the side what comes in each one. These are my current albums, well, current on what I'm working. So these are actually my 2018 albums because I haven't printed 2019, so I can just quickly grab them. So in the top one here is embellishments and tools. So my hole punch, my hole reinforcement punch, some spare roller glue, my little ink pad, ink stamper things, and ink pads, sharpener, eraser, shredding tool, ripper tool, distress tool, that's the word it's called. In here, now this is, I've just trying this, so I've put in some wooden stamps, and I'm wondering if this will help me to use them. I really think they're really cute, especially these emoji stamps and the alphabet stamps. I'd like to use them, so hopefully I'll get them, and then obviously some USB drives, and then this is just some random bits and pieces. Moving down, I have tiny words, my enamel stickers and shapes, and in here fabric flowers. Oh no, I can't get it back on. And oh, that's the lid from there. And then resin flowers. Coming down to the next drawer, I've got my punches and an eyelet tool that I obviously haven't used because it's not open yet. And then lastly, down the bottom, I have my ephemera. So I used to have that in the bottom of the Rascog, and I don't really use this very much because I'm working more from kits that either I've made or I've purchased. So at the moment, this is where it's going, and I do plan to change up my room very shortly, probably in May or maybe June, and I've got a few ideas. Anyway, so here's my cardstock and my chipboard sheets, and then I do have a few little collections that I've just purchased and I want to use. That is mostly my room, my craft area, so you can see panning around again. And this is just using my bedroom, obviously, as you've seen. I do have a light from eBay that I've got in the corner, and this is a phone clamp that I got from Super Cheap Auto in Australia. I do have a large a large cupboard. Now, in this end here, I have some of my clothes and then just piles of ephemera and paper that I need to sort through. In this one here, I'll show you the mess. I've got this, and this is just my Christmas stuff. I have not done December Daily last year, and I need to get into it because I need to use that up and store it better. Up here is just some random photos that I need to sort through. Selfie ink, embellishments like wood veneer, sequins, paperwork, printer paper, photo paper. This is just some random traveler's notebooks that I've made, some spare mini albums, and these are some spare albums as well. So, and then right up the top of my cupboard is a whole pile of layouts that I need to pack away into albums, and my son's stash that he likes to use when he scrapbooks with me. So you can see there, this is a really true account of a craft room, not ordered in any way. They're my notebooks on top of my typewriter there that I use to plan out videos. So I just thought I'd show you my craft room in all its messy and useful glory. This is the best part ever, with all this lovely colour and all this lovely mixed media goodness. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little preview into my craft room, and hopefully it wasn't too shaky. I will see you in my next video. Bye.